Keep an eye on my time. I need a stopwatch up here, don't I? So, I know some of you will be going on a lovely adventure today in Panama. For those of you staying on board the ship, I will remain on board with you and hopefully can give you some more information, but also not disturbing the Sunday games. So you do not need to change any money currency. They do have their official money called the Balboa, named after the Spanish explorer Vasco Núñez de Balboa, who discovered the Pacific Ocean back in 1513. They only have coins, so if you are headed ashore eventually, you can maybe get a Balboa coin, which is a 1-for-1 ratio with the US dollar, as the currency for Panama is indeed the United States dollar. So you do not have to worry about any money currency conversions today. All paper banknotes are US dollars here in Panama. The only Balboas, the original currency, are coins only. So Panama is considered a dollarized country, and it was the second economy in the continent to become a dollarized economy. But the coins have the same weight, direction and composition of the coins used in the United States. So this Balboa replaced the Colombian peso in 1904 following the country's independence. So we don't want to forget about my friends at the back of the ship there as well. You still have a nice view of the Atlantic Bridge there. This beautiful structure, the Atlantic Bridge, is located just 3 kilometers north of the Gatun Locks and near the city of Colón. And it was designed to allow the passage of the huge post-Panamax container ships, as well as ourselves. Also now allowing vehicles to cross the Panama Canal to the Atlantic side. And the people in control of this whole operation now, due to the Torres Carter treaties from 1977, but put into place in 1999, is now all controlled by Autoridad del Canal de Panama, known as the ACP. We are now just pointing and looking at the extended canal here. Construction of this area started back in 2009. But then it was inaugurated June the 26th, 2016 was when it was completed. What we're now currently doing is just awaiting for the tugboat operator to be connected to the front of our vessel. So if you have
That's not even remotely near. I don't know what I was thinking, but I didn't think anything near that.
Okay, we should be good now. Thank you to my sound operators on the starboard side.
So this is
there, you get the pleasure and the company of our captain and also the Panamanian pilots too. I keep myself situated on the starboard side wing for the remainder of the time, but I will try and point out what is going on the port side as well, keeping an eye on these times. The long pier that you see on the port side is known as the approach channel. This is what we have to line up with. And if you have a view at the front of the ship there, whether you're on deck 8 forward or deck 15 forward there, you can see in our tugboat operator coming to be connected to the front. For my friends on the port side, or 9 o'clock, or the left-hand side of the ship, if you're wondering what the numbers are there, that is all in feet, which I'm happy about. It's the measurement I prefer. So those numbers slowly going down as we get closer to the front gate there. I'll show you the measurements in feet, so 1,100 feet, eventually counting backwards until we are pointing right at the first rolling gates. So these gates, they are all 57 meters long. They can range from 8 to 10 meters wide. Just in case you don't know how much 57 meters is, they are 187 feet long, these gates ahead of us. And then again, for those of you challenged by mathematics like myself, 10 meters, which would be the widest gates, is 32 feet width. Now all of these gates came on over from Italy. And they came over in different stages between the years 2013 and 2014. The highest of these gates is over on the Pacific side, which is 33 meters in height. What that is in feet, I'll just find out for you. That is 108 feet high. And the heaviest of these gates is around about 4,000 tons in weight. When they open and close, there will be a view you can see on the starboard side. You'll be able to peer inside those gates. And then when we are in the first chamber as well, I will then start to explain about the water saving basins, all of the operations things around here, the blue and white buildings. They are all the electronic housing for the hydraulic systems, which efficiently open and close these gates. Have a lovely flock of birds up there. I'm guessing pelicans, because they are rather big. Okay, we have a crocodiles. crocodile. There's a crocodile over there. If you're wondering where that crocodile is, he is currently in the water, having a lazy dip. Now actually looking at us, I'd say, and slowly turning around. Again, if you can't see him out there with the naked eye, I would say he's very much in between our number markings 0700 and 0600. If you put your eyes in between those two number markings and then look over to the left, you'll see what looks like a log, but is indeed a crocodile. So keep your ears open out there, and also if you have a view forward, say 12 o'clock straight ahead, you can see these two rolling gates just waiting. At the moment though, I have one of our Panamanian pilots here on board. I don't know if he wants to say hi. Good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Panama Canal.
Is there anything you'd like to, well, firstly, what is your name, sir?
Jorge Garcia.
Jorge. Jorge Garcia.
Garcia, yeah. His name is French, but because my grandfather was French, and he came after the construction of the canal. But he was a sailor. When Cristobal used to be the nicest city in the region. Loved it, and he stayed, and that's how I came to Panama.
So you have a nice mix of different people, different heritage, French, Panamanian.
Yes, Panama is like it's a crossroads, and it's always been open for any immigrants, and we have a very open-minded policy for people that want to come to Panama and live in Panama. We have never put any restrictions to it. So it's a very culturally mixed country.
Thank you very much for your time there. Thank you. I know they're very, very important job to keep our eyes open on operations. So I always like to share the pilot's information with you as well. But now the gates are opening ahead here. Maybe if you're on the open decks you can hear the ringing bells if you have good hearing. These two gates slowly opening, and then eventually we can head forward. So while this is happening, I will refresh the microphone in a moment so I know I have a good 5 minutes. Yes, we've seen the alligator. Thank you, Captain. Alright, so if you're wondering where the alligator was, he is almost in line with the bridge wing now. He looks like a 10-foot baby. Very nice. Yeah, big. Very big indeed. Would you like to wrestle with him? Yes, that looks like a 10-foot baby. So while we have the gates almost open, for my friends on the starboard side, you can look inside, peer inside. When we go through, you can see that the gates are hollow in order to stop a drag in the water. You don't want to be a drag, do you? Let's drag, my dear. So let's talk about the building of the canal. But the US administration first had to reach an agreement with Colombia. As a territory had been part of Colombia's realm since 1821. So President Roosevelt decided to support or even create a movement in Panama. And then also to help declare their independence under the protection of the United States Navy. That was finally accomplished on the 3rd of November 1903 without no bloody resistance from Colombia, which is very nice today. Construction in the so-called canal zone, 10 miles on either side of the canal, remained a US protectorate until 1936. 15th of August 1914, just 1 month after the First World War erupted. The Panama Canal was finally opened for transit, but the military significance proved to be a lot more minor than maybe people had expected. So the canal never really became a stage of military operations, which thank the Lord for that. So it had been equipped with modern defence fortifications, but the first years of its existence the canal was underutilised and plagued by a series of landslides, which would mean they were to close it for the most of 1915 and 1916, and then again in 1917, and another time in 1920. Also, there were some strikes during some of those years, so it only really emerged as a core element of US marine strategy in the Pacific from around about 1939. So as we're heading inside now, for my friends on the starboard side, you'll just be able to peer inside these gates. You can see that they are hollow, and also looking at the tops of these gates, they are also a roadway, so they are literally a bridge from one side of the canal area over to the other side. Pointing out things now, the white poles in the middle of the two gates are the hydraulic operations, housed back with the blue and white buildings behind. They are the hydraulics that open and close these large, efficient rolling gates. Also, the red and white hose at the front, in front of the gates, is actually a firefighting mechanism to shoot out foam, a combination of water and foam as such, just in case one of those containers carrying precious fuels has a bit of an issue. So again, there's much firefighting equipment here too.
Down here and dressed up in alligator and see what we get for free. That's amazing. I know, I was thinking about that too.
This costs a lot.
$500 for one little trip through.
Okay, keeping an eye on the time. I was just pointing out before the red and white little truck containers there, you see. They are also for firefighting equipment. Again, would initially point and start to fire this mix of foam and water to any vessels that were in jeopardy. Also now, you'll see some people coming to join us, join the party. So if you have a view ahead here, on both sides, on the port and starboard sides there, they are the line handlers. And looking out for our photography team as well. But you see the line handlers now by the numbers 1100 or 0300. They are getting ready to connect the vessel with our amazing bosun team. So the ropes that they have in their hands there as well. You see they have a weighted area, like a weighted knot on the end. They have a fun name as well, those weighted ropes with that knot, that lovely nautical knot on the bottom. It's called a monkey fist. So these line handlers are a huge part of the team there. They're not shy either, they'll give you a smile and a wave, but please no flash photography when they are throwing the lines over to us. Just keeping my eyes spanning around here again. Plenty of bird activity out there as well, lots of bird life. Ooh. In fact, on the hydraulic poles in front of the water saving basins now, there's a beautiful bird up there, looks like a hawk. Again, if you have binoculars or very good eyesight, you can see the beautiful bird on top of the second hydraulic pole. If you're wondering what these hydraulic poles are used for, they are used for the culverts, which are the large openings in the sides of the water saving basins and indeed the chambers too. So they open and close these culverts. That is a stunning bird on there. So in a few moments' time, when we are right inside the chamber, you can watch the line handlers forwards and also at the back of the ship there. Also, if you have a view at the front of the ship as well, you'll see some splashing action with some fish activity. Yes, fish do get caught in the chambers too. There's quite some fish activity in the front there as well. Wow. Look at them go.